Nate WL777, and this is Character Piece. Today we were reviewing an anime by the name of Just Because. It is 12 episodes long. It was originally aired in 2017. This anime essentially is a anime that centers around the romantic interests of a group of high schoolers in Japan. It is not my typical kind of anime. This is a romantic anime based out of high school with high school kids. That is typically the kind of anime where I watch one episode, put a question mark, and then push it aside and might revisit later to do a review. Probably not a good one. That would be my typical experience with these kind of high school love, dramas, basically. I really liked this one right away. The very first episode brought me in, and that's largely due to the beautiful animation and world building that is involved with this anime. I think they do a very good job of subtle drawings, details. It is really beautiful, and it's like I said, from the start, it's one of those animes where I watch and I'm interested even in the character building and development that they have. Right away, even though these kids are in high school and it's a romance anime, I was very interested in the characters. So a lot of credit to that has to go with the voiceover acting. The voiceover acting I thought was just superb. I thought it was really, really good. The emotions that they have to portray swing from moment to moment, and it really is so good capturing human emotion and interaction and dialogue. I thought they did a very, very good job building these characters and having the chemistry between the characters. I don't know, five kind of main characters that you deal with. Five or six. Even the supporting characters, the whole world really is very detailed and very brought to life. Like I said, both by their animation and the voiceover acting as well. I would say that the storyline is really kind of your typical romantic storyline. There's nothing like groundbreaking in there, but they do a really good job of creating situations. There is like a lot of situational comedy and what I would call kind of cute comedy. So the writing, you kind of chuckle. It's not going to necessarily be something where you're dying laughing or something like that, but something might happen and you're like, okay, that's kind of cute humor, whatever. There is some of that, but the story really hinges on building the relationships between all of the characters, and it is really well written. As far as there's often times where there's misunderstandings that are going on, or maybe somebody is keeping something from somebody, and so it creates a situation much like reality, where if your communication is off, it can create some poor situations. And the communication, so the emotional roller coaster sometimes that comes with especially young love and young interests in that. I thought, even though it definitely is going to be a little bit of immature subject matter, it definitely was written pretty maturely. A lot of these characters, I think the Japanese, I don't mean to generalize people, but I do think the Japanese generally sometimes are much more mature than Americans, especially the high school level and student level. So some of the choices that they make really seem adult in the way that they handle their relationships, but it was done extremely well. So yeah, I would say any of the negatives that I have are, one, that I would say that there is obviously going to be a disconnect between a 40-year-old in America and high schoolers in Japan in a romantic setting. So I think that there was a little bit of disconnect between me and the characters on that level. However, as much as I could connect with those characters, they made sure to allow me to connect with those characters. This was one of those ones that I watched all the way through, wanted to keep watching, couldn't wait to get to the next episode. Again, I think that was beautifully created. Sometimes they have text messages in it, which would definitely work if it wasn't for the fact that it's all in Japanese. It hasn't been translated, so you really miss out on some of the text, some of the storyline in that way. So that affects it as well. And then really, other than that, I don't have a whole lot of negatives really about this. I think that really this probably comes down to what is your style choices and your choice of anime that you're looking for. It, Unfortunately, there are going to be limitations when you do a romance anime, and it's not going to be something like an epic tale where if that's done well, you just walk away with your mind blown. This is definitely more of a subtle, feel good kind of a story, but it is definitely okay for kids. There was a couple immature things being said or whatever, but nothing huge. There's definitely no nudity. It's not even really a cleavage anime. They do an extremely good job, painting these people out and not trying to sell sex to get people to watch their anime. So I thought it was very, very, very well done, and I would definitely. I mean, I would let my kid watch it. Now, I don't know if a kid's going to be into that. It depends on maybe when they start getting to high school. But yeah, as far as I wouldn't stop him from watching it if he wanted to watch it. My favorite character is Komiya. Let me make sure I say that. Yeah, Komiya, I believe. Yeah, Komiya. She's kind of a quirky quirky character. She's a little bit of an outcast. Doesn't usually have a lot of friends, and marches to the beat of her own drum kind of a character. But she's also very focused on her goals when she has her goals, and she's definitely not the main character, even though she's definitely focused a lot in the anime. But I just felt like I really connected with her character a lot. Probably on those levels of being a little quirky, being a little weird, and a little bit of an outcast. So I don't know. I just really liked her character a lot. I felt like pretty much any of these characters could have been picked as my favorite character. I kind of debated through a couple of them. Again, very fleshed out, very well, and man, that was really appreciated. I really love this anime, by the way. I was super excited. This is one of those things that make me happy to be doing this kind of a thing, because it pushes me to look into some anime that I probably wouldn't, and give chances to some anime that normally I would just read the plot and go, nah, I think I'll pass on to something else, because this is definitely not my type of anime. But I walked out of it feeling really good, and I'm really glad I watched it. It was super nice. So with that said, I am going to rate this thing at an 8.7, which for the kind of anime it is really high. I mean, I honestly kind of debated on throwing it a little higher, just because I really liked it. Ultimately, like I said, I think there's limitations to the style, and that probably has to do with just my choice and my interests as far as animes are concerned. What kind of storylines I do like. This is just if it's something that's up your alley, if you're into this romantic kind of anime thing, which is typically just not something I am into, I would probably highly recommend this. I would suggest that you watch this. For anybody else that's just a casual fan, I still highly recommend it. Like I said, it's a human story, but beautiful, well done. Animation is absolutely on par. So, anyways, if you like it, like and subscribe. I am going to, as always, share the link below. Thank you very much.